Hello and good morning here from Germany. It's been a long time since I've made a video, but there's no time like the now. So I welcome you now and wish you a happy new year. With all the events taking place in the world, I wanted to talk about really what's the root of all evil that is controlling this world. What's really behind all of that? I mean, it's really so easy to look at the bad guy and to start then a manhunt about what happened here in Germany. Who did this one person or these couple of people who drove their truck in Berlin in the Christmas market. Then also at the airport in Florida, and there are countless other things that are happening. And it seems like it's not getting better, it's just getting worse. But again, the thing is, it is so easy to look at the symptom of the problem, which is that these terrible things are happening. But really, what's behind that? I mean, the terrorism, what's really behind terrorism? And it's actually really interesting if you think about the root of that, which is really how we've become terrorized already as we come into this world as children. Because as children we are all free. We are all spiritual beings. But then we become conditioned to just follow the program. Conditioned to listen to a teacher, to obey orders. And the orders come from the system. And it is really the system that is corrupt. It's not the people. People are basically good. Even those people who then do evil things, even terrorists, well, they have families, they have loved ones, and they were children once. They were free once. They just become to function the way that they do. They follow their own program. And so I think it's really important to look at that, to understand that it's really the system that's the problem, the system that is corrupt. It's been always like that, in human history, where we just see the symptom also of a corrupt system, and then we try to overthrow the government. We have a revolution, but that's not really going to help us any further. We cannot really fight that. We cannot win the war on this level, but what we can do is wake up. It's much more difficult, of course, to work on ourselves and to realize, what is it within me that is not so good? Because we all have that. We all carry that within us, those negative aspects. And while it's easy to brush them under the carpet and not wanting to look at them, and then to instead look at the problem outside of that, that's really where it starts. And that's where we can begin to make a difference as we work on ourselves. And that's something that I became really fascinated in as I began studying about the whole subject of personal development, self-development. Now, I take it actually a little bit further, instead of just this life coaching where you try to be successful and model yourself after successful people in order to be successful, to get money, to get a better job, to be then happy in this world. Of course, we all want that. But to really look at, first of all, to understand what is that self? What is really my true nature? And how can I become more natural? How can I connect myself to that which I really am, which is love? It's difficult to see that because fear is everywhere, and we learn fear, which is really what's controlling this world. We become part of the system which conditions us to be that way. So it's not really about the people, even though many people are very, very doing bad things, doing terrible things, but it's really the system that is the problem. Because people are only used as a means to an end, which really strips us of our humanity. And that's why the system is corrupt, and that's why we see so much evil in this world, because of that. And it already starts in school. You think about that, terrorism starts in school, where children who are free, we come into this world, we were thrown out of paradise. Children are innocent and they're open to learning and they're open to unfold themselves. But they are instructed and they're molded and they're conditioned and they're programmed. And they lose being authentic because they're conditioned to function like everybody else, like a machine. And then they're also terrorized by other children who make fun of them, which we then say is natural. Of course we say that because in this world we have to say that, because this world is unnatural. It's unnatural how we grow up, how we go to school, how we learn, how we just sit still and listen to a teacher. It's very much going against our nature. Just like later on in life we just work in a job to make money in order to strive for the good life. And how we all are playing our different parts, and we all develop then these expectations of each other, because of course our society develops expectations of us, and we are basically trained to fulfill those expectations. And we are measured in terms of how well we perform. I mean, how unnatural is that? I mean, that is really the root of terrorism. That is really the root of evil. How people there take on these many times extremely hostile and destructive belief systems handed down to them by their system. And it's really the system that's the problem. It's not the people. So it's really about us, the people, to wake up and realize who we really are, what our true nature is. And all the things we see in this world are just a reflection of that we have become alienated from ourselves. Actually, the real aliens are us. And it's time to overcome that alienation, to reconnect ourselves to our true nature. We all have expectations. And we all judge each other based upon if this person meets your criteria of what you need in a friend or what you need in a loved one. But love doesn't really discriminate. Well, it shouldn't, at least. Love really includes everyone because we all are one. And love really allows you to see that, to overcome the separation between yourself and others, the illusion of separation, because that's what it is, basically, an illusion. That's what it means to be now. It also means to be new, which means to be one. It's like a child in this world. When children play with each other, they don't discriminate based upon color or characteristics, or they don't judge each other. They're not really afraid of each other. They don't know that. We learn that. And all these bad traits we have taken on, we've learned that. And I think it's really time to unlearn, to remember who we really are.